Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Taiji where look what I figured out I can do. That's fun to watch, huh? Anyway, you know what I didn't figure out? Is what the hell to do with this puzzle. I still have no idea. This is definitely not the puzzle we're supposed to learn this mechanic on, so I'm not too broken up about it. It's fine, we'll leave it for now. What are we gonna do though? We haven't actually... Did we light a torch for this area? No, we didn't light a torch for this area because the torch is up there. Okay, well let's, So as it stands right now, it doesn't seem like it would be possible to get the power up there, right? We only have 4 bridges, and it would take at minimum 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bridges to get the power distributed over there. Unless, I guess here's the thing I don't know for sure. Now that we've powered this circle, does this circle remain powered maybe, even if we disconnect it from the other thing? Yes, okay, so that is how this is possible. All right, that makes sense. We can work with that. So what I want to do now is... Here, I have to grab this. We have to grab this other bridge over here. So we're going to connect it to that thing. So that I can swing this around to here. I think this is the right way to do this. Okay, so now I connect you to here. Wait, no, this still isn't quite gonna work. How did I in my brain think this was gonna end up with me having... Okay, I need to have... more paths here. So let me connect this down here. See, now I can turn... Gosh, in my head a moment ago, this was so simple. How do I get this up there? I need to turn this... I need to turn this thing away because this needs to end up in one of these 2 positions. Right? Yeah. So if I do, hold on, if I do this, then I can rotate this up into this position, and then I can fan these out sideways. There we go. Okay, and once we powered this, it will stay on, and then we can connect the power from here to up there quite easily, provided that works the way it seems to. Yeah, and this isn't even powering anything over here. So the only purpose for this is to hold on to the power so we can run it up there. So I need to go and grab one of these. And we need to kind of do the same thing here, right? So I turn you... this way, because I want to go back and get this one, right? I think. Or... Actually, no, I don't need that at all. I mean, I knew I didn't need it because I only actually need 3 bridges, but I was thinking I needed to have the 4th one to help me move stuff around, but if that wasn't true with the other connection, why would it be true now? Alright, so I need you to be connected to this pedestal. And there we go. So now you plug into the power source. And you get rotated to here. And now we can actually solve some puzzles. Okay, so these are going to be a little bit trickier because these have to be walkable solutions. And this game's pretty alright, I gotta say. As much as I do wish that it was maybe a little bit better about teaching its puzzle mechanics, I do like it. So at least one of these two is going to end up with at least 2 tiles adjacent to it lit. So it doesn't have to be the case for both of them, though. What we could do is light this and this. Leave this one dark and have this be the only lit tile adjacent to it. And we light the other 3 tiles adjacent to this. We leave that middle one dark. We can actually... No, that doesn't quite work. We are going to have to light them all, but fortunately, I think it's pretty easy to manage. Right? That's a solution. No, sorry, I've got this exactly backwards. These are supposed to be, if they're lit, they're supposed to be 3 dark and 1 light. So I want them to remain dark. Keep the one in the middle dark, and that can be the one dark adjacent to all of them, and just outline them like this. Yeah. That's actually a much easier puzzle than the way I was thinking of doing it. So this literally has to be lit, which gives us a lot. This has to be dark then. This is lit. That can't be, which means this has to be lit. We could light up all the tiles around this one. Do that same sort of thing. Am I allowed to double back over the path? No, I'm not. Okay. Well, then that doesn't quite work, does it? All right, so I like this part. The question is... if I were to make this tile... We can't make this tile lit up, because in order to light it, we have to light at least 2 of the tiles adjacent to it, right? We have to have a path into it and a path out of it. Unless it's the tile that we finish the puzzle on, I guess. So, for that same reason, this one probably also wants to be dark. But if this one's going to be dark, this one has to be light. It totally could be, right? What if... there's not really a good way over there, though. So what I'm trying to think is like a way that we can approach this thing from the south and end the puzzle by stepping on this tile. If this is light... no, right, we can't light this because we'd have to light something adjacent to it to get onto it. Never mind. This must remain dark, which means this tile has to be light. Which means, because of the thing we were just talking about... oh, well, hold on. Am I allowed to step off of the puzzle and then just step onto... yeah, but I can't just step onto any tile I want. It still has to be part of the path. So yeah, this is the tile we have to end the puzzle on. But we also have to hit this one. And to hit this first. Which means we do need to approach from the south. So if I'm lighting this one up... no, I can't light that one up. This has to have 1 lit tile adjacent to it. This is actually pretty interesting. There must be exactly 1 light tile adjacent to this. Oh, what am I... again, interpreting the symbols incorrectly in my head. There must be exactly 1 lit tile adjacent to this, If this is going to be dark, though, I do have to light up the rest of these. Right, we have to do that. My brain, sometimes. Okay, so this symbol is now satisfied. This symbol is now satisfied. We approach like this. That is, I think, the only valid solution to this one. Wait, are you wrong? Oh, you need to be surrounded by more stuff or lit. Right. Again, just looking at the symbols and interpreting some of them the same way as the others and some of them the reverse of the others, even though they are the same symbol. It only works to have exactly one tile adjacent to you lit if you yourself are lit. So if we approach this way, we can light up 3 of the tiles adjacent to that. Okay. Run it over in your brain. This one's lit, which means it needs exactly 1 lit neighbor. This one's dark, which means it needs exactly 1 dark neighbor. This one's dark, which means it needs all lit neighbors. This one's lit, which means it needs 1 lit neighbor. Okay. That's an actual solution. I'm getting there, slowly. Alright, we start by lighting this tile. So, we're leaving this tile and never coming back anywhere near it. I mean, the thing that makes sense to me... Light this up and then just like walk around, right? We leave the corners dark, but we light up all of the tiles around them. We never touch a tile adjacent to the middle. Yeah, that one is actually significantly easier. Here's the thing about radial symmetry. I guess I was going to say the human brain is very good at it. This might be one of those my weird brain things. I don't know. All right, well, if that starts there, then we know those are dark. And we know that this corner tile, which must be lit up, is the final tile of the puzzle. This is where the path ends. Can we do the same thing where we just draw around all of these? Yep, okay. Sometimes I'm even okay at the puzzles. All right, so the tile to the south of us has to be lit. But we need to make sure that we light up all of this other stuff first. We'll be cautious about how we go through this. Or, I mean, not necessarily first, but we need to make sure that we leave ourselves a path that lights everything up before we start moving. So if you're lit, this is lit, which means this thing has to remain dark. This one has to be lit up as well as the 2 tiles adjacent to it. So that's kind of like my most immediate pathing concern is making sure we can do that. Right, this works. Shoot. We don't want to go down into the corner here. Right, so I'll light this up. The thing is, we have to be very cautious how we approach this, but if we step here, down... Sort of snake it around like that. You're correct, you're correct, you're correct. I think this is all good. Yeah. Okay, that thing's already been lit for us, as has this one, effectively. So, the one to the left of us is going to have to remain dark. Because there's no way to step on it and then step off of it. And there's no way for it even to be the end of the path. So if that's going to remain dark, we have to light up a lot of the stuff around it. If this is lit, then this must be dark, which means these 2 have to be lit. And this one has to remain dark, which means this has to be lit. And this has to remain dark. Yo, that's actually problematic. Well, I guess, yeah. Like, one of these 2 must remain dark, and there's no way I'm lighting this one, right? I guess it could be the final tile we step on. This one's gonna have to be dark for the same reason, which means we do have to walk around it some. Oh, if this has to be dark and that has to be lit, then this is the final tile, right? Because once we step into the corner, Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this being lit makes this dark, this being dark makes this lit, and the mechanics of the puzzle mean that's where we end the path. So we need to step down here first. Probably. Right, it's probably like this. That satisfies this one. Then we must step here. You need 3 adjacent tiles lit, which is fine. You need 2 adjacent tiles lit. But see, now we have a problem. If this is dark... Oh, no, never mind. We're fine. If that's dark, it needs 1 adjacent dark tile. And then the question of... Well, let's see. This is going to have to be lit, and this is going to have to be lit, so we want this to stay dark. Yeah. We're good. We're good. Everything's fine. Okay. 16 minutes into the episode, we got another torch. I'm feeling considerably more on top of it today. Watch those be the only puzzles we solve in the entire hour. I will say I'm very curious about this. There's this very obvious yellow and purple here. And I mean, you can't not notice the lattice work, but I really don't know what to make of it. It feels like yet another environmental puzzle that I just don't know what to do with. Just mashing spacebar to see if something will ping. All right, for the moment, we'll ignore it. So there's something going on to the south is a puzzle area. Oh, to the south is this thing we've already been on top of. But did I not... When we got down to the garden over there, does that not connect to where that map peg is? Maybe it doesn't. Let's get over there. So wait, how do I want to arrange this? I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm not trying to spread power at this point or anything. We can just take one bridge with us. And I'll worry about resolving the peg puzzle and opening the door later, once I actually know how to do a thing. Nope, this totally does connect. I just didn't light this up. How are you supposed to tell that that's all lit instead of all not lit? Huh, it says it's not that either. I guess it could be interpreted a huge number of ways, couldn't it? Like, yeah, that's a valid interpretation. That one has a ton of different valid interpretations, but only one of them is actually canonically correct? That sucks. I hate that very much. All right, the correct way to whatever's in the lower right seems to be going almost back to the start, which we can do over here because we opened up the gate. Yeah, I do not like ambiguous solution. Just guess and check until you get it. That feels real bad. Huh, there's definitely something down there. I think we're below what the map represents as the starting position. Well, there's definitely not a bridge over here. So that's where we initially came from. I guess, actually, hold on. I do want to go back to the beginning. Hold on. Oh, no, never mind. I'm just kind of curious if there's any obvious stuff to do around here. Stuff that would have been less obvious when we were here initially. I mean, that's something, right? And, like, it is interesting that there are the two different, It is interesting that there are the two different docks. And you could see there is a path down here. There is something for this to hook onto. So if we could figure out how to get this thing to attach in the lower position, I think it's actually something. It might be a code that we have to pick up somewhere else. That said, this is a pretty small number of variables, and it is brute forceable. I'm not going to do it on camera, but I might do it. You know what? I'm going to do it right now. I'm not going to make you sit here and watch. I'm gonna cut the recording and try every combination here, and I'll bring you back if it does something, or I guess if it doesn't. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, I got it pretty early into the process there. I have no idea. I'm sure that this is a code we're supposed to get somewhere. But yep, it sure does connect. So is there anything in the environment that could lead us to that answer? I mean, it had to be a pretty simple answer, right? Because there's not enough complexity to the panel for it to be anything else. I don't think so. Either this is something you are intended to guess on, or this is something that you are going to be handed elsewhere. Well, let's see what it does. Huh. Okay, interesting. Are these puzzles? They're not really individual puzzles. Right, like this is not... you definitely need more information. I wonder if the idea is that there are perhaps non-interactive, just like puzzle solutions hanging out in hidden places, and you need to like take a screenshot of each of them and then bring them here and actually solve them on this grid. But it's clearly going to require, first of all, 9 puzzles that we don't have and mastery of all 9 of the symbol types. It's interesting that this and this are different areas. They look very similar. This one looks much more like the Mondrian. Huh. Okay. Well, that's really interesting, and I'm glad we came back here, but I guess not anything of value to us at the moment. We'll just keep an eye out, I suppose. Okay. So we are one lit up section away from something here. And I guess this must be the road that takes us to the other puzzle area then? But this takes us... Is it just here? Oh, well, I guess I haven't hit the map peg here, have I? So I haven't figured out how to interact with this in such a way as to move it. Unless it's this puzzle, which I haven't managed to sort. I mean, it doesn't really look like those things have any relationship. There's no way that we could unite the blue slashes in that puzzle into this shape. They're spaced not correctly for that. Unless the answer is each one of these symbols must refer to one, like must be drawn into one of those shapes. So like, let's try that. So this is like a 3 and a 2. This is a kind of a Z shape. All right, let me see something here. So we could draw this like this. What's the it's on the middle of the long part, and it's represented here as a diagonal slash rather than a horizontal slash. So it's probably, yeah, it's not even referring to the same thing. It can't be. If we allow for rotations, there's enough room to put that where it belongs like this. But yeah, again, the fact that none of the symbols flash when we get the puzzle wrong makes it really, really hard to diagnose this. I think this actually might be the tutorial puzzle for this area, which sucks because it's completely incomprehensible. So this power cable runs from somewhere down there. And there's clearly important stuff to do over there if we could make this area traversable. There's a staircase that we probably have to access from the inside of that building. And then what was in here? Nothing. Nothing, it turns out. Just knowledge that there is stuff inside the mountain. So yeah, this is the learning puzzle for this mechanic. It's just really complicated and doesn't have an obvious legend. And also just kind of doesn't look like anything, right? Like it doesn't look like there's anything in particular that it's supposed to do. None of my puzzle buttons do anything around here. I can't mark these with glitter, which is a shame. There's puzzles over there. This stupid tree. You're ruining everything. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to. All right. I think at this point, if my count is correct, we've seen everything now. We've seen all the areas. So it's no longer the case that we can just go somewhere else and hope that we will be taught a new mechanic. We're going to have to actually figure out one of the puzzles that is not obvious to figure out. What could this possibly be trying to teach us? Like, why is it designed the way it is designed? If this is, in fact, the learning puzzle for this area, then it's laid out this way because this layout is supposed to be something we can glean information from. They've given us all of the blue lines are in lit up squares, but the black lines specifically are one lit, one unlit. So they want us to know that it has nothing to do with just making each shape be the same level of activation as other similar shapes. It's also that we're not trying to draw something that includes all of them, which is all of the shapes of one type, which is precluded by both the arrangement of the yellows and blues and the fact that the two blacks could never be drawn into one shape together. And what else is it telling us? I don't know. There's probably a spatial lesson that I'm supposed to be learning from their arrangement, but I cannot for the life of me figure out what it would be. This is gonna be something that's like really obvious to everybody except me. I guess this arrangement of shapes right here tells us conclusively that we are not supposed to read this as being like on the blue shape down here in the position it's in, because this is not, there's no rotation that makes that work for this blue line. This one cannot be in the bottom of the long part on an elongated Z shape. I guess that was an elongated S shape. Yeah, I really don't know what to make of this. We only have to figure out one more in order to see, you know, whatever's behind that that gate at least. I just don't think it's going to be this one. This is the area I think where I feel like I have the least to go on. I look at that and I just get literally nothing out of it. I'd really like to figure out the die pip thing, because it seems like there's a lot of puzzles that we know of that are locked by that. Oh, this is the area where you are supposed to learn the die pips. Is that what these are? These aren't dots. These aren't blocks that have a dot in them. They're blocks that have one pip in them. Okay, so this is fine. This is also fine. Okay, so maybe it's one of the 9 spaces. Okay, we have seen these pip things with as many as 9 dots in them, right? What if it's... No, never mind. I was about to say, what if it's exactly one of the spaces in the 3x3 centered on me is lit, but that is not what I have drawn here because there are 2 there are 2 tiles. Shit. And we know we have seen a 9, so it's not like counting the spaces in the 8 spaces that surrounding it that are filled in, because we've seen a 9, so we know there has to be... Okay, I can't cross this like this anyway. Let me reset this. So this is bad. You feel like you're not satisfied, but you are fine. Is this okay? This is okay. So I'm allowed to do this, right? What would a 9 mean? All right, one problem at a time. So if I do this, that's good, right? That's valid. But it's not helpful as far as me getting across this damn river. And this will be a problem because it doesn't work for that thing. Maybe this isn't the same as the dye pips thing. I mean, it has to be though, right? Because it literally is like visually, yes, it is. It is the same. Out of curiosity, does marking a cell here and then solving... No, okay. I'm pretty sure the mark a cell thing is just for helping me keep track of what's going on. Okay. I don't feel like I'm learning anything. So this is a problem. No, it's not. It's not that you need one tile near you to be lit up. Maybe you need to be the only tile that isn't lit? Aha! Okay. So if it's dark, it needs to be the only tile around it that isn't lit. So, okay. I have to do this in order for these 2 to be happy. If I remove the okay, I can remove the diagonal, that's fine. So then this is a valid solution. Okay. Which means that for this one, I need to not assume that they're supposed to be lit. Like, that satisfies you. If I did this, those ones would be happy. And then we do that. That satisfies all of them and gives me a walkable path. I mean, it's really interesting. So this is a valid solution then? We leave this one dark and we light... No. Oh, right, because it needs 2 of the spaces around it to be dark. Huh. Well, if it's lit up... Right, yeah, this works. If it's dark... Oh, right, if it's dark, it needs 1 other space to be dark. Right. You have to count it exactly the right amount. So... How do I make this one valid? I mean, if I could just step on all of the dots, that would be good. I don't know what that was supposed to do. Screenshot. Is that the size of the puzzle under the intro mountain that comes up when we stand on the dot thing? Maybe so. Yeah, maybe it's some of these puzzles that don't look like they're anything are actually solutions to carry over to that area. Oh, hi. Okay. So, right, if we just leave those dark, they want 2 tiles in their immediate area to be dark. I'm still not sure how to express this rule. Like, 1 tile in my immediate 9 needs to be the color I am. But that rule is completely disrupted if there are any other dotted tiles in the area. I don't know, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Yeah. I get it when they're isolated from each other. Is this not the same puzzle? Yes, it is the same puzzle. Okay. Weird. Hold on. This one can't really be symmetrical, can it? But this... Well, is this going to work? No, because this... Huh. This thing... So we're again running into the problem where this thing is not actually satisfied, but it works because the tile that's breaking the rules for this one is part of following the rules for another numbered tile. They're like dominoes. I mean, the visual metaphor that's being made here is dominoes, right? I feel like that's what we're supposed to be calling up. Yeah, so we break these into like little chunks of 2. And 2 is a good number for them to use to teach us this because 2s have to be dark. Because if you wanted to light it up, you would have to step off of it. I mean, I guess if we could start here, walking like this would be valid for these 2 because of the fact that they're adjacent to each other. This is interesting. This one we have to light some of them up, though, don't we? Because, like, how else would I... Yeah, so how would I want to do that? That's not going to work. Yeah, because this thing has too many lit tiles. Yeah, if none of them are lit, then I don't know that there is a legal path we could trace. If we wanted to leave them all dark, this has to be the 2 for this domino, which makes this the 2 for this domino. But there's no way to walk around here, fill this in, and hit this dead corner, and hit this dead corner. Because no matter how you arrange these, you're going to end up with a dead corner up here. But if these 2 are lit, so that's dark, then you could do like... Now, see, we're going to have a problem here, though. Yeah, that doesn't work at all, because this is a tile that's adjacent to both the dominoes that's screwing things up. And it's tough to make these 2 lit up. It's like, that should be valid for them. But yeah, how would we do anything about the others? And if I walk off of this this bit of the puzzle, we're going to fail the bottom 2 dominoes immediately. And if I don't light them both, neither one of them can be lit just due to the rules of laying down a walkable path. So they do both have to be dark. And if they both have to be dark, they have to be shaped like this. Right? I'm pretty sure. Because if we have to start here, Yeah. So, okay. Then we know this part. This part is necessarily correct. Actually, even this part. What do we do from here? How do we satisfy these other two dominoes? I could... It doesn't help to imagine them all bundled up in the corner, like filling in that 4x4 in the corner, because there's no way to light up these 5 tiles. But again, just due to the rules of traversal, there's no way to light them either. So, okay. This puzzle is impossible, according to the rules as I currently understand them, which means that I do not understand the rules correctly. I'm pretty sure that pathing this out, this puzzle is impossible according to my understanding of the rules. So how do we fix it? What else could it be? What else could be true? Are the dominoes allowed to share some squares? No. Okay, these are not showing up as satisfied. Obviously, that one would be very unhappy to be, completely surrounded like that. Right now, one of these is okay. Right now, that makes the second one okay. But the moment we step off in any direction, we're breaking that whole section. So if I'm right, and they do have to be dark, I can't just walk off the puzzle and restart the path anywhere else. So according to pathing rules, I would have to go right, and then because I have to keep moving, I have to go up twice. And yeah, that means this is solid, which means this is solid. These things must be true. We know that they don't care about diagonals. We know that for sure. So... I guess we also know this must be white then. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something really easy here? This will count for this upper right piece, right? No, it won't. That's really interesting, that doesn't count as satisfied. Because it should, right? In this situation, 2 of the tiles in its immediate cross are the color that it is. And none of the other tiles are. That should count as satisfied, but it doesn't. Yeah, like, now it makes sense that it doesn't. Obviously, this is problematic. Yeah, that thing doesn't read as happy either. We can't really test stuff very effectively here. Okay, in this situation, you're all right. I'm trying to even think of another test that we could devise, another understanding of the rules that we could potentially, that could fit with the puzzle solutions we've seen so far. Alright, I'm assuming we're not going to be able to actually do anything outside because we need the power to run up here. Yeah, we totally do. Oh, hi! That's very interesting. Right, that doesn't work because it cares about tiles in its immediate cross. If it's dark, this will be bad, but this will be good. This one, unfortunately, the situation's just a little too simple for us to test any, like, really weird applications of the rule. Do any of the other puzzles give us anything interesting that we can work with? Not really. Oh. If I do this, these two in the upper right yeah, they're happy. And if I do this, the one in the top right is going to tell me it's angry, even though I don't know why. But yeah, the other one's okay. Like, it's not part of a piece. I guess when they're... So maybe rather than thinking of it as laying down dominoes adjacent to each other, we're supposed to, if the shapes collide like this, we can just add the numbers up. And at this point, these two symbols as a whole require 4 of their adjacent tiles to be the same color that they are. How could we play with that? I still have to not actually take this one over. In fact, I think I still have to do this even. But I'm wondering if maybe it is the case that, like, how would we even apply that differently? Like, if we assume that maybe this is an assumption that's not safe to make. Okay, I have a question. Let me see something here. Okay, notice that in this arrangement, these two are fine, which means that this is a valid solution. That's really interesting, because the 4th tile in those groups isn't adjacent to either of the dotted tiles. So how do we understand this? What is the rule of this? You have to make a contiguous group of the number shown on the tile of tiles that are the same color, and you can extend the size of the group by becoming contiguous with another dotted tile. Mayhap. All right. So here, if we assume that this is going to work the same way, dark connects here, which maybe this is one where we have to actually walk these. I'm just looking at the way they're outlaid. So, like, that's legal. This is fine as long as we connect to here immediately. So this should work then, right? We are creating a single shape that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spaces long. All contiguous orthogonal adjacency. Okay. Out of curiosity, okay, those do have to be different because they are different colors. So that one has to be dark. So if there are different colors in the puzzle, all of the ones of one color have to be the same. This is tricky because I want to use the word color to refer to whether the square is filled in or not, and also the actual color value of the dot. But lit and unlit are probably better words to use for the squares because they don't conceptually collide. All right, I think this is the way forward in the area, though. Let me see about this gate over here first. right. Oh, contiguous shapes. So this won't work because they want to be different colors from each other. No, they don't have to be different colors from each other, but they can't be the same shape. A blue dot and a yellow dot cannot be in the same shape, perhaps. That would still be consistent with all of the stuff we've seen so far. Fuck. Fuck you. Okay. Is this not going to be a checkerboard? This is going to be a checkerboard, right? Because they all want to be different from their neighbor? Yeah, okay. That looks like it's going to be a nightmare, but really isn't because it's just one thing happening. They just made it a bunch of different colors because they're monsters. All right, well, I need more help. This gate is not actually useful at the moment. Okay, so 4 consecutive and 4 consecutive. So there has to be one tile that is like, yeah, separate from either of them. Okay, now we understand this. Y'all, I feel so much better. Okay, how do I make a 4 and a 3? So there have to be 2 tiles that are outside of either shape, which they're going to have to be, they're going to have to be corners, right? How would I do that? It'll have to be that the 4 is shaped like this. Yeah, and you have to have 2 corners that are separated from both the shapes. Then this one needs 3 separated. And because the two starting tiles are adjacent to each other, these things do still have... Okay, how do we... like this? No, that's not gonna work. Well, I mean, you know, like the answer obviously includes one. There we go. That works, because now we have a set of 4 separated out here. So in this case... that has to be like that to avoid colliding with this one. But no, it still causes a problem. Oh, right, because you can connect the We walked away from that mechanic one whole conceptual step, and that made me completely lose sight of it. You can connect them if they're the same color. Right. Is this how I draw my... Yep, okay. This is how we draw our path to get out of here. So I do need this one to be lit up, I think, because we got to get out of here. So... that's 7... 3, 4. You need to be a 2. Oh, you need to be a 2. Shit. So it has to be like this? Yes, this works. Which way is the torch? Hard to say. Well, I guess let's just keep doing puzzles for the moment. Alright, so this 4... just gonna make sure we're allotting enough space. Okay, so you have to be a different color than all of your neighboring... you have to be a different level of litness from all of your neighboring tiles. So one of these... this is actually gonna be a little weird, right? So we can do that and this. No, this doesn't work. You need to wrap around up here. But this is going to be problematic too, right? Because these two are going to be mad that they're connected despite the fact they're different colors, different litness. So there we go. That works. Also, this one's definitely going for, like, you're trying to make a cool pattern. So those three have to be, which means you extend out this way. Is this okay, despite the fact that the white dots are lit here and not lit there? Yes, because they're just indicators of different. Here they are being used as indicators of needing to be different litness than their neighbors. Okay, so this one remains dark. This has to be lit, but this has to be dark. So this is these three tiles. We can do that. And then this is a dark 5, and this is a lit 6, like that, right? Okay, well, we had to come over here either way, because it does light up something over in that area. But also, it's going to give us, this access to the outside. This stuff is all still eluding me in a big way. What's over here? A very conspicuous tree branch. And then, this is the way back up to the garden area, where if I could figure out how to do those tree puzzles, we'd probably be able to get another torch. It's fine. We're working on one now. We're totally going to get it. All right, so we need 5s, and these ones can connect. I don't know if they have to. Here's a puzzle I would like to run. Oh, sorry, you're forced to be dark color. What I would like to do is separate some of these from the others. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say we do like, this is you, and then this is you. Okay, so these two are happy, these two are squawking, but these two are squawking because they're not the right number. I'm curious if it is the case that... No, we know it is not the case that all of the black spots have to be the same level of litness or connected to each other because of the die number puzzle we were just looking at. All right, so I just need to give you a 5, and then this needs to total up to the right amount of space, but it's going to be, right? Because this is a 5x5 grid. Oh, except, sorry, I need to do this in such a way as I have a path that I can walk. Yeah, there's like a billion legal solutions here. The problem is they need to be traversable solutions. So... But then these are just 4s. And these have to be broken up somehow. And obviously this is not going to work because of the 5. But like I want to get over here. I don't know why I want to get over there, but I do know that I want to get over there. So how do I do this so that it will actually work? How do we split these up into just little packets of 4 without adding weight to the bridge itself? Because I do kind of need those tiles to be active, right? So if we go like, let's imagine this lower group is those 3 and those 3. We can break that off there. We can put down a couple here. That's a legal arrangement. Yeah. This will get me to the far beach, but I need to get down here. There's no button on this one, so I guess actually we can't get over there, can we? The deal with this is you have to start down here. Because this is just going to light up these blocks. Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, so we managed to constrain this to a 5. And then... how do I constrain this one? I could, like, do this to change the wrapping a little bit. There we go. That's a legal 5. Oh, did I cut too many tiles off of this? I did. I need to add one more tile to this. That is actually kind of complicating. I guess this works. No, it doesn't. Never mind. This is the dead space that we can change, but I can't do anything that would connect the white shapes. And I can't encroach into this space and then buy back one square anywhere else, can I? Well, I guess I do that. So that's 6 though. Shoot. This is remarkably challenging. Okay. So we're drawing 4 groups of 5 here, and then there have to be 5 squares of dead space that are not part of any group. How? How do? So, like, I want to do this thing, right? And just make this really simple. But... that almost works. It's really close. It's really difficult to generate the dead space. It feels to me. I'll tell you what this is doing to me. It's really stressing me out. This feels to me like a Go puzzle. And I'm trying to create like it gives me that feeling of like trying to figure out the dead and alive groups, and I'm so fucking bad at Go. So this is problematic because it makes it so that we can't quite complete our light group. We're at 9 tiles on the light group right now. If I add a tile here and try to like scoop it out there, we still end up with only 4 tiles that aren't part of a group. I have to find a way to add exactly 1 tile to that without disrupting anything else. And I just don't see... Alright. Hold on. This may not even be necessary. So I can't redraw this. This is going to have to be a straight line through the middle in order for it to be traversable, right? This thing doesn't work. If I move one of these, we lose the ability to actually walk on the bridge, right? Oh, sorry, we lose the white grouping. Also not great. I'm trying to figure out even how to get up here, because I imagine I need to be up here. I think probably it is the case that this stuff is unimportant. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe my goal here really is to get to that shore. Maybe this is not just another shortcut. Alright, I am feeling just the tiniest bit stumped here, and also I think it's been about long enough, so We're going to end this episode, but the way that we're going to end it is I'm going to run us back down to the start of the mountain. And we're going to compare a screenshot or two that we have just taken to the inside of that that puzzle room at the base of the mountain. And we're going to see what's up. Y'all, now that we know how these dice pips work, at least a little bit, I have so much hope for the future. There are so many puzzles that were near areas that we weren't able to solve before. Wait, we want to go this way. Yeah, so far this is like 80% working for me. It's pretty good. I know a lot of people get real squawky about like the layers of philosophy in the Witness. People use the word pretentious, which is a word that that's one of those words that you got to watch out for. There are certain words that people use when they are made uncomfortable by something and they can't quite articulate the way that they've been made uncomfortable. And so they have a number of like thought terminating cliches available that let them just throw this away. I'm tabbing out to pull up the screenshot. This is, I think, maybe actually the same size. And pretentious is definitely one of them. Whenever you hear somebody describe something as pretentious, in order to figure out whether they're actually using that word to mean the thing it means, ask, what is the pretense? What is the pretense they are claiming that this thing is showing? So no, it's definitely not the same size. The apparently useless puzzle that we solved in the dot area is 8 by 5, and this is 7 by 4. So we are definitely not just transposing that solution onto this. Okay, good to know. All right, I think that is what we're going to call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we are going to get that pip area torchlit up. We are going to see what is behind the big fancy gate, and then we're going to solve like 150 more puzzles. That's right, all of that in the next hour. I can't imagine how it wouldn't work that way. And we'll see you then.